All right. Here's what a typical guy thinks about.
Okay.
Sex, beer, and pinball. Now, if a guy can have sex while drinking a beer on a pinball machine, well, that's the beautiful story of how I met my wife.
What's up, man?
Hey, brother, what's going on?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Alright. Let's play a game of Austin here, man.
Word.
Frickin' freezing here. Will she be coming to my number 2 man? His name? Number 2. Austin Powers always defeats me because he has no juice.
You hear that?
Hear what?
That buzz. Turn it down here.
What would cause that?
Coil maybe? Yeah. A little buzz. It's that stern buzz on the flippers. There you go, on the right one too. Let's check it out. Before the coil buzzing that we were referring to earlier, what's happening is that the coil is ever so slightly vibrating or moving rapidly back and forth, and that causes a buzz. Typically this can be resolved by repairing or replacing the coil stop. For these you can get at any pinball parts store on the interwebs, and then you also need the spring washers. These funky little wavy washers, they go on the back as well. Tools that are going to be required: you need a nut driver, 5/16 on there, or of course the handy dandy needle lock in 12, my first personal favorite. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take off the coil stop. We have the hardware removed, so I'm going to take the coil stop off. Okay, and it looks like this isn't in bad shape. It's got slight wear there on the coil stop, as you might see. But the one thing that we are missing that's around there, I think, is the spring washer. So let's take a look and make sure that it calls for it in the manual. Okay, page 68 here on the manual. Here is our left flipper assembly. See right here, we got a small washer in there, number 7. Sure enough, we go number 7, spring washer. That is required. There's the part number. So we'll go ahead and get that spring washer installed. Yeah, these things are gonna fix your issue. These things are strong. Okay, so before you, we'll put this coil stop on there, you wanna inspect your coil sleeve. Just make sure that it moves freely in and out like that. As long as it does, and that means that the coil is typically okay and it hasn't warped or constricted down onto the sleeve. Go ahead and get the coil stop with the spring this time installed. Put our hardware back into the holes, getting threaded in there. Maybe it's a little bit difficult, a little bit off kilter because that spring is in there now. I'm just gonna get them threaded, started. Story of my life, trying to get in the hole. I usually don't use the Milwaukee on when I'm starting the screws because I don't want to strip anything out. So we'll get started here with this nut driver, or it's a ratchet, whatever you like to call it. Once I get them started here, I know that they're not going to strip. Another thing you want to look at too, I don't know if you can get the camera in there or not. Looks like we got a wire that's going through here. So you want to make sure that whatever you're putting through there, that you're not going to pinch any wiring to the play field. with a metal screw. So I want to make sure that gets routed through there okay. So let's make sure it's out of the way. We'll go ahead and get this screw in there. One way or the other, there we go. I'm using a medium heavy clutch this time setting because you want to make sure that there's a lot of stress going on with this plate. You want to make sure that it's not going to back out. We do have a lock washer that's missing on this side, but we'll be okay for the time being. Now we're taking out the right one. As you can see, this one also is not in too bad shape. We're gonna, Robbie's already got 2 of them ready to go, so we'll just keep these on standby in case we find some others that are in worse shape than these coil stops are. But again, the spring washer is missing, so we're gonna go ahead, replace the whole thing, put a new spring washer in there. Again, we'll double check the coil sleeve. Feels pretty good. So let's go ahead and get the new coil stop and spring in there. Again, we got some resistance now that we didn't have before, so it's going to be just a little bit more trickier trying to line up the holes with the screws. And Robbie's going to have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or his favorite hardware store and get some lock washers.
Am I missing them on this one too? On this side?
Yeah, you are.
On both or just one?
Both. Both of them. That's tight. Let's get the plate field back in now. Let's try it without the glass first. Let's go ahead and go into test so we'll not have any noise. Diagnostics, coil, test, door, and still got it. Both of them. Both of them still got it.
I know.
Bad. Okay, so we still have the hum going on here, and as you'll see right now, it's still humming. My finger on it, I can feel it vibrating right now. It's got a little vibration to it. So we tried to, or we didn't try, we fixed replaced the coil stop. We added the spring washer in there. Still have hum. So the next thing we're gonna do is, now coils, they don't fail off often, but if we want to eradicate this hum, we've changed out everything else besides the coil. So the next thing to do is to replace the coil. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna go ahead and tin the lugs. It does come with a little bit of solder from the factory, but not enough to hold securely the wires to the lug. So you want to put a generous amount. Knock that away. Generous amount of solder. So you got to heat up the lug and introduce the solder into there. Try not to make it as messy as I'm doing here. Once you get enough in there, just hold it. Never blow on the solder. You'll create micro fractures on there, cold joints, etc. Okay, that's secure. Here's the old coil out of here. Now you notice that it moves freely here. When it gets to about 3/4 of the way out though, I'm meeting resistance now. So that shows me that the coil is a little bit warped inside there. And There, now it comes out, but there's a little resistance there. Notice that. So just to do a comparison, here's a brand new coil, flipper coil. Resistance. We tried everything that we're wanting to try at this point, and we still have flipper buzz in the left side, sorry to say. So let's see, let's go to a rundown real quick on what we have done. We replaced the coil stop, check. We replaced the spring washer, check. And we still noticed that we had significant buzz. We've also replaced the coil and sleeve. So we've kind of ramped ourselves from the least expensive method all the way up to moderately expensive method without having to do a full flipper rebuild on this. These have also come from suggestions that you can find on the interweb on what to do to fix these things. Another thing that's been said though, that with sterns, late model sterns especially, that this is something that you're to expect and it's the nature of the beast. With that being said, there is a couple other things like I said we haven't tried yet, which is filing down either the plunger or the coil stop, and we weren't ready to go that far yet because everything's pretty much brand new right now. And then also there's been suggestions to even play with the pitch of the game, but when you do that, then that can make the game either faster or floatier depending on how you go about doing that. No difference in the pitch. No, nothing. Little starfish there. Still there. Still there.
Moral of the story?
Moral of the story.
Live with it.
Yeah.
Oops. Live with it.
So this one has definitely been probably one of our most challenging repairs, fixes. We looked on the interwebs and found that there's other people that noticed that there's been this flipper buzz thing going on with, especially with stern games. Mm-hmm. We've changed out the
Coil
stops, yep, and the spring washers.
Spring washer, yeah.
And on my game, on my Ripley's, actually dented it pretty well, and it did okay with Austin Powers. But if you take the volume, put it down to 0, and you take the glass off the game and everything like that,
It's definitely noticeable.
absolutely.
And then we did a new coil too, I think.
We did change the coil also as well, and then we read on somewhere on Pinside about someone saying take a 1/16 automotive gasket material, like some rubber, and put it in between the end of the coil and the coil stop, and still
Zero difference.
yeah, zero difference.
So
this is definitely an anomaly that I guess is with Stern, and whether or not they know about it or not, I'm not sure. But if you have a different thing that or a different way about going to fix it or make it better, let us know.
Yep, or as many other people have suggested, just turn up the volume. It's a stern thing.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to get rid of it.
Just turn it up.
But I think we did everything we could do to try to get rid of it.
Yeah. Let us know though in the comments. Thanks. Please like and subscribe.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.